Hi, I'm Bob Trask. Today I want to talk to you about being a true healer. Being a true healer, I think you already are. I think you already are a healer. And I think that um, you've probably healed so many people in your lifetime, and you don't know that because we don't know what we do oftentimes that actually creates a healing. We don't know. We think we know, but we don't know. Like you've gone through your life and you've touched thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and I feel just quite sure that a hell of a lot of those people, their lives were made better by you and even healed by you. So what is healing? What does healing really mean? I think healing is actually a transference of life from one person into another, a transference of life. Another word for that word is consciousness. Another word is grace. And maybe the truest word ever is love. When and but don't misunderstand me, please. I'm not talking about that gushy, sentimental feeling love. This, I don't mean that at all. What I mean is the energy of the universe that has flowers blooming and music playing and children laughing in their musical way and birds in a tree calling out and and the wind through the trees, all of that beauty that's going on in life, all of that is nature, and that's who you are, and that's how you heal, is that you reach people through that beautiful, beautiful way that you have of just being you. And you've been doing it your whole life. Now, today, maybe we'll talk about it a little differently. Today, maybe we'll talk about it rather than being an accidental or incidental healer. Becoming a true healer means deliberately deciding to be a healer. Well, that's a little different because sometimes when you healed people in the past, whether they were friends or a dog or or a pet or whatever, when you healed someone in the past, maybe all of the stars in your sky were lining up just perfect and things just felt really good for you. And you were on one of those peak days when it was really easy to heal. It was real easy to pour yourself into another person. There are other times when we don't feel so generous, so free. And those times, uh, sometimes we're feeling a little paranoid or a little lost or a little lonely or a little distant. And those are times when we need healed. So, have you ever in your memory been with someone you loved who was in pain and you felt maybe a warmth in your body toward them, a real warmth in your body toward them? Feel like sort of like you were encircling them, like maybe embracing them with light. Maybe you felt a warmth or a tingling in your hands, or a special feeling almost like an electric current that was passing through your fingertips when you touched them. Has anyone ever told you that just being around you makes them feel better? If any of that's true, you may have something extraordinary within you. You could be a natural healer. And we're all healers, but some people are really beyond that. Donna Goddard, who's a great author and speaker, said life is energy, and as such, it belongs to all, reaches all, and blesses all. Life is energy. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about transferring that life energy. And in order to know that, we have to know that it belongs to everybody. It belongs belongs to everybody, and it reaches everybody, and it blesses everybody. And that means that if there's an obstruction inside of somebody that's not allowing that in, or if there's obstruction in the family or in the workplace that doesn't allow that to flow into that person, well, that needs to be corrected. But if you're a healer, you're in good company because there's people like Jesus of Nazareth, Edgar Casey, Paracelsus, Harry Edwards, Phineas Quimby, Mother Teresa, Mikao Usui, Barbara Brennan, Barbara Brennan, Donna Eden, Joe Dispenza. That's just a few. These amazing souls have moved beyond the illusion. And here it is, it's the illusion that bodies are made of matter. So see, if we're trying to heal ourselves or heal somebody else, we say, I've got arthritis, or I've got a sore elbow, or I broke my arm, or I've got cancer, or I've got whatever that is that's going on. And we're talking about a physical body. But these healers that I'm just talking about now, they move beyond the illusion that bodies are made of matter. They realize, as any scientist will attest, that bodies are not made of matter. They're waves of energy, waves of invisible energy. And the way that invisible becomes visible is by observation. This is this is scientific proof. This is truth. This isn't something that you have to wonder if it's true. It's true. When you observe anything an observation means, what do I want? What do I see? What do I see? I see a yellow duck. If you see a yellow duck, you will create a yellow duck, because the invisible light waves will will surrender, will collapse into particulates, into particles, into reality, physical reality, by your observation. Why that's important is because it's by your observation that you're going to be healing. So that energy is invisible, but it's very real, that energy. And it can be tempered, it can be moved, it can be altered, and it can be directed by the consciousness of one who sees it, understands it, and connects with the pathway of its energy healing. So once again, here's the body, and here's consciousness, the light waves of the universe. Unbelievable, just going on all the time, constantly, all around us, all around you in that room you're in. Just constant light waves, constant. And here's this person that's got something going on that's an illness, that's a dis-ease. And in order for that to be cured, we have to bring a new reality into that, a reality of wholeness and wellness and good cells and strong muscles and tendons and ligaments and blood vessels and organs. We need to bring that in. And that all comes from the invisible. Every energy healing has from ancient times led the way of wellness beyond the physical, beyond the physical. Unfortunately, most doctors in most hospitals don't understand the beauty and the power of energy, of love, of beauty, 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 of the beauty of nature, of the beauty of the universe, of the beauty of the grain of wood, the beauty of clouds streaking across the sky, the beauty of people, the beauty of children, the beauty of our bodies. People don't, the doctors, they're looking at science, they're looking at particulate matter. This cell versus this cell, or this organ versus this organ. There's something else going on here that's creating all of this, and that's spiritual. If you can use the word spiritual, then spiritual doesn't mean anything very exciting. It just means metaphysical. It just means otherworldly. So all these historical icons discovered that the basics of energy healing, and today's innovators such as Barbara Brennan, Donna Eden, and Joe Dispenza continue to expand that energy healing, continue to expand in the world that knowledge that every one of us can be a healer. And we can touch and make the world a better place by just being here. Author Abhijit Naskar said the only medicine we have is each other. The only medicine we have is each other. And there's a lot of spiritual healers that we can look at that changed the world. Changed the world. Mother Teresa was a spiritual and physical healer throughout her lifelong dedication to caring for the sick and the dying and the destitute in the slums of Kolkata, India. Edgar Cayce was called the sleeping prophet. He went into a self-induced trance, and from that place he was able to see what was afflicting a patient and also see how to heal. He influenced millions when he was alive, and he's still influencing millions of people today. Paracelsus, revolution to medicine by blending the mystical with the science. He saw the interplay of spiritual and physical energies, and he emphasized treating the person rather than the symptoms. So we're back to that, aren't we? We're back to observing, not looking at the symptoms, but observing the beauty of the person. His work laid the foundation for modern pharmacology. Phineas Quimby, considered the father of energy healing. Like Paracelsus, he saw the mind-body connection and believed that illness could come from negative thoughts and beliefs. Believed that illness could come from negative thoughts and beliefs. He taught positive affirmations and visualizations to help restore wellness. And he was able to help and cure thousands of people. Now, here's Mikao Usui. Mikao Usui was the founder of Reiki, a system that uses nature's energy for healing. His teaching has made millions and millions into healers. And then there's Joe Dispenza, who's a neuroscientist and a best-selling author who integrates quantum physics, neuroscience, and energy into his healing practices. And Barbara Brennan, who is a physicist who turned into a healer, a physicist who turned to a healer. Her book, Hands of Light, and her work bridge the gap between science and spirituality. Pull them together. Brennan's done extensive research on the energies that determine physical and emotional health. There's Donna Eden's innovative techniques in energy healing has helped thousands find optimum health. The things in common with these healers are the ability to feel the pain of others and then do something about it. To feel that. To be in the presence of another person. We oftentimes talk to someone else, or we stand talking to them, or what, but we're not in their presence, and we're not bringing them into our presence. If we bring people into our presence, then we feel them in us. Dr. Gabor Mate, beautiful, powerful doctor in Vancouver, Canada, said you can't heal what you don't feel. And can we use these energies to heal ourselves? Ourselves? Well, it's not so easy, is it? Because see, the energy's coming from me, not to me, from me. So I need your energy coming into me. So that doesn't mean that I have to go ask you to please heal me. It means I need to be in connection with other people and letting my love flow into them and letting their love flow into me. Quite often we refuse to let other people love us because we're too what? We're too arrogant, or we're not worthy enough, or well, I don't know. There's just a ton of reasons. But we stop people from flowing into us, and that causes illness. We do heal ourselves, of course. We heal ourselves right now. You're healing yourself. I mean, we heal ourselves moment by moment, continually throughout our whole lives. I mean, we have cells that die and fall away, and we have billions, and we're doing billions of those a day. And then we have billions of new cells that are appearing somewhere from somehow. Well, that somewhere from somehow, of course, is coming from those waves that are becoming particulate because of the observation of you as body. But to heal myself is a bit like doing my own dental work or my own brain surgery. I'm the guy doing it, and I'm not the guy receiving it. This eye right here, this left eye, it's never seen itself. Never will see itself, ever. Never. I have never been um, allowed to experience Bob Trask. You experiencing Bob Trask right now. His personality, the tone of his voice, his face, his expressions. You're feeling something from this guy. I've never been there. I've never felt that. I'm the broadcaster. I'm not the receiver. And the same thing is true with healing. I need you. I need others. So on the path to higher consciousness, we all from time to time lose our balance. We lose our focus. We get ill. Something is going wrong in our bodies. That happens to virtually everyone at some point, and we need to borrow the wisdom and energy of others. And that energy and wisdom is just flowing. It's called love. It's energetic wisdom, wise energy. It's flowing. It's love. And it's flowing. I have to be open to it, and I have to be welcoming it, and I have to be inviting it. Oh, that we may be humble enough to accept that energy and wisdom. Many are not. I think you know many who are not. I certainly do. Economist, poet, and writer Bukan Thapa'ila reminds us that in a world that is often overwhelming and isolating, there's no greater kindness than being fully present, truly listening, and making others feel they are not alone. That's healing. In a world that often feels overwhelming and isolating, there's no greater kindness, no greater healing than being fully present, truly listening, and making others feel they are not alone. Buwan Tapalaya has just spoken the core of healing, the core of being a healer. We're individual pieces in an 8 billion piece jigsaw puzzle called the human family. If my piece doesn't look like any other piece of the 8 billion pieces, but my piece has got to fit. I've got to offer myself to the puzzle, to the human race. I've got to show up and be willing to be counted. We need each other's love and energy. That's nature, and it's our source. Without that energy, our foundations fall apart and we get stranded and then diminished. And then pretty soon we start feeling dis-ease, disease. And when we know ourselves as a part of that whole and are individually answerable to that whole, we become one with the universal energy and feel the power of all consciousness flowing through us. And when we come to a person who needs healing, we must feel the love, feel the oneness, feel the presence. Otherwise, how can there be a transference of energy? Whenever we're hoping to heal someone, they have to be feeling our love. Otherwise, we're both isolated from each other, and healing is just dance motions without music. We can't be healers in order to get something back, can we? We have to be healers completely, freely flowing it and not asking for anything in return. Spiritual energy healing is not transactional. John Bunyan, who wrote The Pilgrim's Progress in the 1600s, said, "You've not lived today until you've done something for someone who can never repay you." I love it. So now I come to heal you. And you know what? Even though I say to you that I need to feel your presence and you need to feel my presence, we don't have to be in the same place. There have been lots of studies shown how people prayed for people in the hospital and who never went to the hospital. They were Christians, Catholics, Methodists, Baptists, Jews, Muhammad, Buddhists, Hindus. It didn't make any difference. When they prayed for people in the hospital, those people got better. They got better. The studies shown that that works. They get better. So you don't actually have to be there, but you do have to be a part of that human race that the other person's a part of. You have to be present and you have to bring their presence into your life. I'm amazed at the courage and confidence it took for you to be here today. And I see the beauty in that courage and in the gifts that you make special. And I see your body as the merging of waves and particles. I see your body right now as a merging of waves and particles into a blessed harmony, a blessed synchronization of grace, of love, of nature, of the universe, of consciousness itself. Don't fight that. Just allow it. Just breathe it in. It's the miracle of creation. I work this miracle by observing you whole, perfect, and complete exactly the way you are. You don't need to change. You don't need to get fixed. The root of your trouble and of my trouble when we're ill is the distance between our intellect and our consciousness. What do I mean, the distance between your intellect and your consciousness? Right now, you're listening to me and you're thinking. Can you just be aware of the room you're in? Just be aware of the space, aware of the walls, aware of the stuff that's on the walls. Just be aware. That's consciousness. When the consciousness and the intellect, when your consciousness, your awareness of who you are and in this splendid universe, when you're aware of that, then you can think, and the two of those can harmonize. And then that intellect and consciousness means that your innate wisdom, your intellect and your consciousness are in harmony and in one whole perfect and complete being. And if you'll just allow it, this healing will make life even more beautiful for you. You may not need a lot. You may just need a bump. Just take the bump. Author and consciousness leader Mandy Hale said, "There's nothing more beautiful than someone who goes out of their way to make life more beautiful for others." And as we know from science, invisible waves change into particles when they're observed. And those particles, they make up a person's body. They follow the intention of the observer. So when we see a person who needs healing and our observation is on their healing, it can't be on their illness, but on their wellness. I can't be looking at a person's cancer and hoping that I'm going to heal them. They've got to be looking at their wellness. I'm focusing my gentle love on the universal consciousness that's right now creating this physical body. My intention is not to help anyone heal, but to see them as well, whole, perfect, and complete. I can't afford to be distracted by the cancer or the kidney disease or the arthritis. I can't afford to go there. I'm not there to cure an illness. I'm there to see you balanced in perfect health right now. That's a stronger part of you than your illness. The perfection of your health is much stronger than disease. Disease is an anomaly. Perfect health is natural. My healing energy must be a vision of love. I must see the deed already done. My affirmation, which I will say aloud during a healing, is, I am seeing your body healthy and beautiful right now. Remember what I said beautiful is? Beautiful is the extension of consciousness into all parts of all universes. Flowers, trees, wind, sky, clouds, galaxies, beauty, children, laughing, music, dance, art. I'm seeing your body healthy and beautiful right now. And then I might ask that person to adopt that affirmation and say it along with me and say it themselves many times each day. My body is healthy and beautiful right now. My body is healthy and beautiful right now. My body is healthy and beautiful right now. I want to finish the talk this morning by talking about tennis champion Andre Agassi, who said, we must remember this and hold on to this. This is the only perfection there is, the perfection of helping others. This is the only thing that we can do that has any lasting meaning. This is why we're here. Andre Agassi, who won world tennis matches, who's world famous, who's very, very wealthy because of all of his wins, said, this is the only thing that we can do that has any lasting meaning. This is why we're here. So let's you and I go out this week and be healers, shall we? Let's go out and set the world on fire. Let's go out and just let our love, our presence be felt by other people. And that'll be healing. And know that I'm loving you and healing you. And I'll see you next week.